Hi guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Naila Amorita Chakra Rafiun with name 2024-32051. So today I will explain about structure or struct. So maybe just go straight to the explanation. So this is my third theory report. As usual, inside the cover of this report is my name, class, and computer number. Here is also the name of the lecturer, namely Miss Yasi Asri, along with the name of the laboratory assistant. Well, enter a discussion of the theory report. The first is a definition and syntax of struct. So, what is struct? Structs are a feature in C++ grouping multiple variables into a single entity. Structs are often used to represent real-world data, such as students or books. Its syntax begins with the struct keyword followed by the struct name and its members. Struct are defined using the struct keyword followed by the struct name and a block curly brace like this. Within that block, variables called member are declared. Okay, in this example, struct student has three members: its name, age, and GPA. Once the struct is defined, we can create variables of the struct type. This variable is called the object of the struct. Okay, next up is an example of struct usage. Here is a simple example program that demonstrates how to declare and use structs. As can be seen in the example on the screen, in a nutshell, this is the process of filling in data or for each struct member for the reader to better understand the context. And the last one is conclusion. Structs are an important feature in C++ that allows grouping related variables into a single entity. Structs make it easier to organize and manipulate data, especially in programs with complex data. Understanding struct is a good first step to mastering object-oriented programming or OOP concept in C++. So that's my third theory report. And next, here I will show and explain the result of my coding along with the output. Okay, just go ahead. First line, include IOStream. To include the IOStream library record of input and output operations. Include IOManip. Includes the IOManip library used to set the output format. Next is include string. Includes the string library that allows this use of string data types. Using namespace std. Uses the standard namespace to avoid writing std before standard functions such as cout and cin. For this line, a comment explaining the next code defines a structure to store student data. Struct student defines a struct called student. String name to declares the string variable name to store the student's identification number. String name to declares the string variable name to store the student's name. Int age to declares the integer variable age to store the student's age. Float GPA to declares the EPK float variable to store the student cumulative grade point average or GPA. For this line to end the definition of the student structure. Okay, and main starts the main function of the program. Student M3 to declares an array M consisting of 3 elements of the student structure to store the data of 3 students. Okay, next line is to declare the float variables total IPK and initializes it with the value 0, which will be used to calculate the total GPA of the 3 students. Next is input student data, comment explaining that the next code is for inputting student data. Next line is start a for loop that will run 3 times to input data for 3 students. Next is cout student data e+1 to display the prompt student number followed by the student number. Okay, next is cout name to display the prompt name. Next, to read one line of input from the user and stores it the name field of the current student. Next, cout name to display the prompt name. Next, it reads one line of input from the user and stores it in the name field of the current student. Next is cout age to display the prompt age. Okay, next line, to read integer input from the user and stores it in the age field of the current student. Okay, next is cout GPA to display the prompt GPA. Next is sin mi GPA to read float input from the user and stores it in the GPA field of the current student. Next is sin ignore to clear the input buffer to avoid problems with subsequent input operations. Next line, to add the current student's GPA value to the total IPK variable. Next is cout and L to display a new line character of the output format. For this line, to end for loop. Next line, a comment to declaration that explains the purpose of the next lines. Next line is prints a new line character to create a line break. Next line is prints the table header by using output manipulates such as left, accept, W, and AND. Okay, no or number to display the text no or number with a column width of 4 characters. Name to display the text name with a column width of 20 characters. Next is a student name to display the text student name with a column width of 20 characters. Next is age to display the text age with a column width of 6 characters. Next line, to print a new line character and to create a line break. Next line is to declare a comment that explains the purpose of the next lines. Next line, to define a for loop to display student data, where I is the index of the M array. Next line, to print the student sequence number by using set to set the column width. Okay, for the next line, to print the name, and age of the student from the M array using set to set the column width according to how many are requests. Next line, to print the student GPA in decimal format using fixed and set precision. Next line, to close the for loop. Next line, to declare a comment that explains the purpose of the text of the next lines. Okay, for this line, to calculate the average GPA by dividing off the total GPA by the number of students. Next line, to print a new line character and to create a line break. Next line, to print the text average GPA and the average GPA value in a decimal format. And for the last line, to end the program with a return code of 0. Okay, here I will show the output. So, of the result of my coding and output. See you in the next video. Bye bye.